G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we will be replacing the X-Transbots Virtuous's shoulders and replacing them with these. Now I know I'm late to the party, but considering I only got these parts finally with Bingo Toys Wind Girl, otherwise I'd have to get it in the mail, and I'd rather put it in a cardboard box with a figure. So it's why it took me so long to be doing this. You will notice that I have popped off one of his shoulder covers already. Now, I feel stupid for originally thinking this, but I'm like, how are we supposed to replace the shoulder with the lights in it? The lights are back here in the backpack, so if any of you had that thought as well, trust me, you're not the only one. Alright, so one big difference, now that I've half spilled the pieces, and I might as well just get them out. The good thing is I now have a spare baggie. So I'll see if I can line one of these up. Not that one. Must be this one. Alright, so these go together like so. And you have this groove here, which is going to go on the inside here. Now you will notice that it's not all yellow, it's yellow and green, which is more reminiscent of the toy colors. Paint seems alright from the lighting and everything. This looks a lot better. But yeah, so let me start by saying getting this little piece off was a bit of a pain. It is really tight. So I have my trusty scalpel here. I wouldn't suggest using a knife or tweezers or anything like that. Just it's going to scratch this up, and if you actually have any intention to actually keeping these on and you're just doing it for the once-off, don't. Just don't. Alright, so we're going to start. As you can see, he's in his nice little pose, even though this is usually down here. We will have to fiddle with all that, so sorry Springer, my boy, but I'm going to have to move your arm. So basically we're going to go in here, feel it around a bit until we find that screw, and just unscrew it all the way, and that back piece has just come off, and we can slide that off. So you're not actually detaching the shoulder, so this is all still one piece. The actual shoulder mechanism itself will probably be in here and on this pin. Now you can use the screws that come with him, or you can use the spare ones. I'm just going to use the old ones. So bye bye chippy shoulders. And is that the right one? I think I've got the other shoulder. No, so this one. So like that. So then all we're going to do is probably lower that to make it a little bit easier for us. And that's just should slide on like so, and grab the front end, and that's going to slide on also. And we take our screw, which in hindsight I should have magnetized my screwdriver. Give me 1 second. Alright, there we go. So screwdriver, magnetized. Suggestion for anyone who uses screwdrivers a lot in general or whatnot: get yourself a magnet. You can get one from the hardware store. Just roll your screwdriver tip. Doesn't have to be one of these. Can be any type of screwdriver, even an old rusty piece of metal. Just roll the tip against your magnet a little bit, and it will magnetize them. Very, very, very helpful. So put that in there. And as long as everything is lined up like it should, it doesn't completely feel like it is. Have I got it? I think I got it. There we go. I swear I keep losing that screwdriver. There it is. Don't want to do it too tight. Hang on. I hope I'm not stripping that screw. Can't really see it very well. I think I got it, but it's sort of 1 second. Okay, so I got it in there. I'll show you what I did to make it a little bit easier. I don't think it needed doing, but it could have just been my screwdriver. But you have this, which is now a more proper color. So I noticed that was a bit crooked on my previous one, but it does work still like it's supposed to. And what you take, oops, sorry, made up button. You're going to take these screw covers, and they look pretty much the same. Now you're going to have the same problem if you put this on and you want to get this off again. It is going to be super difficult. You'll end up going to scratch the paint and whatnot. So my suggestion to you is, if you do not mind the metal cover, like I originally didn't, and I thought, why not? I'm upgrading this anyway. I'm going to change this anyway, because I don't transform this guy very often. If this does not bother you, don't do it. If you really want it to look like this, do it. But just know, trying to get this cover off, which we'll show in a minute, and getting this cover off will probably strip paint in the end. So yeah, just that just slides in there. Just line it up so it's nice and straight, and push. And that actually sticks out a little bit further than that does, which, yeah, it's a bit more, it stands out a bit more, which is actually probably a little bit better. It seems like it sticks out a bit more. So let's do this from start to finish. So take our scalpel or whatnot, and I tried getting under here. It's just a matter of flicking, getting enough groove, and flicking that out of there. That's what I said. This is where, if it doesn't bother you, and hopefully I don't cut my fingers off. Oops, there you go. I just stripped paint. I'm probably going to end up breaking this scalpel too. It's just a matter of trying to get that shoulder cover out. And all I'm doing is stripping paint. That's what I said. Don't do this unless you really want to. So I'm just checking, is that metal or plastic? That one's plastic. I think that's plastic too. Come on. I don't think what else I've got that I can use to get it out, because I'm going to try. Where's a more flatter one? Try this one. Give me a sec. So I just changed my head to get a bit more of a flat surface. So, come on. Well, if I wanted to go back to the metal now, it ain't gonna happen. Gotcha! So there you go. All that trouble and a whole lot of paint chipping, and surprisingly, there it is there. If you really wanted to, I suppose, you could always take this piece and plug that in there, because the funny thing is, right, you look at that, it's got a hole, right? Now that's admittedly that's for the screw, but there is no screw hole on that side. So what it is it's glue. It's glued into place. So you're basically having to break the glue. All right. Undo that again. Slide that out. Slide that out, and bye-bye old die-cast shoulders. Alright, so slip this over here. So it's basically slipping over this piece of plastic here and just line them up. And I'll try to get, actually I'll show you what I tried doing. I might do it just in case it does on this too. So I basically made sure that the screw can screw through the plastic, making sure there's no excess plastic there. Even though it's got to grip it, make sure it's going to actually go most of the way in. So just sort of pre-screwing the hole first. So I know for the most part, okay, oh, duh, it's on there. I know for the most part I'm going to have probably about an inch or so. So that should be pretty dang close. Go a little bit deeper just in case. It doesn't have to go all the way in. You know, I'm probably hitting plastic at the back there, but that way it should give me more than enough oomph to make sure it's going to go together. Put that in that way, and put that in there, and roll that in there. Hopefully I'll have less trouble feeding the screw through on this one. It's feeling a lot better. Don't tighten it too hard, otherwise we're going to strip that screw. That's pretty secure. Take our cover and plug that in there, make sure it's nice and lined up, give it a squeeze, and voila! We now have Springer, or X-Transbots Virtuous, with his legitimate colors, which also mimic more of these better, and the front of the yellow in his backpack. And now they're plastic. So the chance of them scratching is a lot less likely when you transform it. Best of luck to you. I'm not doing that anytime soon again. Now all we need is something to do, some heel filler or something. I haven't seen whether anyone's actually found a way to fix his feet up. Actually, all these feet really need to do is they need to just come back a bit. So something just to clip on his heels to stand him up a little bit better. But that's not what we're here about. We're here about the shoulders, and of course they all still work perfectly fine. Nothing's going to hinder them. The main scratching point was the top here. There is a little bit of white there, but I'm not looking at that. So, you know, all this was basically what was rubbing against the insides when you transformed him. And now, for the most part, that's not going to happen. So there we go. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, give me a thumbs down. I promise you it will not hurt my feelings. Subscribe, ring that bell, leave me a comment. Let me know, did you upgrade your X-Transbots Virtuous as well, or did you keep him with his yellow shoulders, which honestly didn't look that bad. I have expected these just to be straight yellow as well. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.